Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MT4 Professional's weekly, bi-weekly presentation of trading strategies using the MT4 Professional Scanner. Today, we're going to be talking about a live market scanner. We're going to give a full demonstration. We'll be going through all of your questions and answers. Before we get into that, though, I want to make sure that you understand that we are here for educational purposes only, that MT4 Professional and Resilient Traders are not investment advisory services. We're not registered trading advisors, so we cannot give you any specific trade advice. But what we can do is teach and train you on how to use our unique and award-winning trading platform to develop and build a trading plan that is both consistently profitable and successful. Trading with futures, stocks, forex, options, cryptocurrency have a large potential for reward, and you can make a lot of money. But there's a large potential for risk, and you can also lose a lot of money. So make sure you understand what you're trading and that you understand the risks involved. Please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. Never trade in a live account until you have first proven that you can consistently and profitably trade a simulated account, and only then can you start working on the mind game. I am Randy Lindsay, your trade coach and operations director here. Joining me today is Claudio Cardinale. He is our product development director and technology guru. We're here to show you how our platform works and how to use it and how to get it set up, and to answer any of your questions that you might have on setting up your trading strategies on the platform. We're going to talk a little bit about what a market scanner is, what MT4 Professional is, and who we are. I'm going to give you a live demonstration of the platform showing you how different strategies can be set up and used, and some of the features within the platform. And today, because we're coming into the 4th of July weekend, we're starting our big yearly discount, and you don't want to miss that. So hang around. I'm going to be making a very special offer toward the end of today's presentation. And of course, throughout today's presentation, if you do have any questions, make sure that you ask and let me know what your questions are, and I'll be glad to answer them in the order that they're received. Use the questions pane on the GoToWebinar control panel there to enter your questions. So looking at different strategies that we use and employ, a lot of the more popular ones that we use today are the EMA and price, which is a pure price action strategy. If you're just a price action kind of guy or girl, then trading with the EMA and price is a surefire way to get the job done. It's a simple moving average price action interaction, and I'll show you exactly how we program that and get it up into the system. The MACD and signal is very popular for determining buy signals and sell signals when price starts to look overbought or oversold. Moving average crossovers identify trend and direction and show you interaction between longer and slower time frames. You can put multiple strategies together into a single one to create a much more efficient strategy, like an EMA and price coupled with a MACD and signal and a relative strength. Or you can go with the ever popular alligator indicator, which is a longer term strategy that looks at daily, weekly, or monthly time frames. The MT4 Professional Scanner can scan all of these strategies in real time, plus many, many more, and alert you when conditions are met for a potential trade. I'm not going to go over any polls today, but what I will do is tell you a little bit about what the scanner. So if you're thinking about scanning and looking for things in the market, you're looking for trade setups and you're trying to find opportunities. Well, just on MT4 alone, there are 50 Forex pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 different time frames. That's more than 630 combinations that you're going to be looking for a potential trade with. Do you really think that you're able to do that manually? I haven't seen anybody that can, but you are probably missing out on opportunities because there's always a trend somewhere. There's always a bull market, there's always a bear market somewhere. And you want to be able to find those and you want to be able to take advantage of them. Well, today, trading with different instruments is extremely important if you want to make trading profitable. In fact, trading uncorrelated instruments, that means instruments which do not move in concert with each other, is a great way to remove uncertainty and to diversify your portfolio. And if you had a scanner that could look for these diverse uncorrelated instruments, then it would be an extremely valuable tool. So looking at a scanner, here's an example of what we would be looking at. A scanner automatically scans for and allows you to look at the market using your symbols, your time frames, your rules, based on standard or custom indicators that you might have put together, even ones you've written yourself. So it's not a signal provider, but it's a tool that allows you to analyze your strategies and to give you indications and signals of when trade potential occurs. Over on the right, you can see a symbol list and a spreadsheet type layout where you see rows and columns, and each column is divided into time frames. 1 minute, 5 minute is the example here, but these can be any time frames. So for each individual symbol, you see a red and a green cell. So the example we're looking at is the cross of two moving averages. All right, so we're looking for a green signal whenever we see a bullish cross. That means the 15 period is greater than or moves ahead of the 30 period. And we want to see a red cell whenever the bearish cross occurs, which that means the 15 period moves under or less than the 30 period moving average. If we have a scanner that does that for us and presents a unique display like this, then we can very quickly go through a lot of symbols and determine trade opportunities from the signals that we see. We see there's a potential reversal going on in the Aussie and New Zealand US dollar, in the US dollar yen, in the euro Swiss, also in the euro yen Aussie and euro New Zealand. These are potential reversals because you see the shorter time frame changing color against the longer time frame. Now, that doesn't mean it will reverse, but it does mean there's a potential there for a reversal because it could just simply be a correction. And if you start to see these red cells turn back to green again, then that's a high probability continuation trade. And those are usually pretty profitable because you usually see big price action occur whenever you see the colors align, like you see here on the euro pound or on the euro US dollar. So you can see strong bearishness in the other instruments as well. So these could have changed right back into reds, or these could have been red, these could have been green, and these just turned red, showing that there is a brand new, fresh, longer term bear trend starting. So there's a lot of information that you could get from this chart layout. And if you have a scanner that identifies and signals you when these occur, that's going to be a very valuable tool. So here's another example. If you have a scanner that's out working for you and finding you these types of setups, you can focus on the more important things like managing your trade or getting your mind set where it belongs. Once it's set up, the market scanner will automatically scan and search for the conditions that meet your specific rules, your strategy. Then it will alert you when conditions are met for a favorable trade for an entry or an exit. This example on this chart shows an EMA and price strategy where if price is greater than the 15 period EMA, I want the sell to be green. And if price is less than the 15 period EMA, I want the sell to be red. So with that information across 3 different time frames this time, I want to be able to see potential trade setups. There's a nice bullish trend in place for the dollar Canadian. There's bearish trends in place for the S&P and the NASDAQ and the Russell. You can see Ethereum is also in a downtrend. Bitcoin has started a corrective move on an existing downward move. This could be a short-term correction since we see that Ethereum is already red, or this could be the start of a potential reversal, which both are potential trade opportunities. So having that type of information and knowing which ones are moving and which ones are not is really good information. I talk a lot about multiple time frames, and if you're not using multiple time frames in your trading, then you probably should think about it. Did you know that if you trade using multiple time frames, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? It's due to correlation. It's one of the advantages of using multiple time frames in your technical analysis. So by checking multiple time frames before you initiate a trade, your trades will be in harmony with the longer time frame trend, and the result will be higher probability, low risk trade. So if you look at the chart on the right, you see three different time frame examples, a 15, an hour, and a 4-hour. Notice the envelope of the 4-hour is relatively smooth with a few pullbacks. And the faster you go in time frames, the choppier or noisier that you see the data that's presented. So if you are trading a 15-minute time frame, then if you trade in harmony with the longer time frame trend, you're going to have a higher probability that trade will end in your favor if you're only going to be taking trades in the direction of this trend. All right. If you start to take trades that are against the trend direction, make sure that you keep your profit targets very short because you're going to be either stopped out or turned around on very quickly because the longer term trend shows the envelope and the direction that you want to be moving in. So if you had a scanner, then that could scan for and look at the setups that match your criteria and then verify those trades with multiple time frame technical analysis, it too would be an extremely valuable tool. So let's look at a very quick example. This is a 4-hour daily and weekly chart looking at a longer time frame with an EMA and price, a MACD, and a relative strength strategy combined. What I want to see is for price to be greater than the EMA. I want to see a bullish cross on my MACD. That's the histogram moving greater than the red signal line. And I want to see that the relative strength is coming out of an oversold condition and rising with strength so that the slope of the RSI is positive. This is confirmed as a entry. I want to validate and verify that with multiple time frames. So looking at the daily chart, then I need to be able to see a bullish signal off of the MACD, and I need to see that the relative strength is number one, not oversold, and number two, has a positive slope, just like in the daily, the 4-hour. So I need to see these two conditions met. And then the third criteria, I would be looking for a longer term weekly trend that's showing a building relative strength. I need to see a positive slope on the relative strength, giving me momentum in the direction of my trade. So if these three are confirmed, then I can take this trade at the crosshair that you see, uh, giving a 300 plus pip profit on the trade. So you can see that's a valid point to take. You can see that these conditions occur several different times, but notice that at this point here and this point here, okay, there's a potential for a trade, but that trade is not validated if you look over on the daily because you see there's no buy signal on the MACD. You also don't get a valid RSI rise. And on the weekly chart, you can see the relative strength is going down. So you couldn't take that as a potential trade, okay? Even though it was given as a potential trade on your faster time frame. So multiple time frames help keep you safe, and they give you the trades that are going to go the distance. So by taking trades that are in harmony with the longer time frame, I get lower risk trade opportunities and higher probability the trade will end in my favor. It's a powerful combination for any trader, and it shows the importance of using multiple time frames in your trading. And a market scanner that uses multiple time frame analysis is an extremely valuable tool because it does all this for you automatically. The problem that we ran into when we were looking on MT4 and MT5 was that we couldn't find a scanner that met our criteria at all. We found a few that had some issues. Number one, they were too complex to configure. You had to be a programmer in order to use it. They were unstable, or maybe even a single tool that didn't integrate with the entire system. They were incompatible with a lot of the indicators that we wanted to use, and there are lots of other issues. And so the solution that we came up with was we had to create our own. And so we got together and made MT4Professional for ourselves to use in our own daily trading. Word got out, we started sharing it with others, and then push come to shove, we were able to start a company based upon the scanner. And now MT4Professional Scanner is the #1 market scanner on both MT4 and MT5. It's a tool that allows you to instantly scan the entire market for setups that match your rules, your criteria. And so when you find a setup, MT4Professional allows you to enhance with technical analysis using multiple time frame, and that's really not easy to do on the platforms, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit, so stay tuned. We're going to go into that a little bit, but I want to make sure and pass across to you that we are crowdfunding for a new trading market scanner. Now, this one will not be dependent upon MT4 or MT5 or any platform for that matter, but it like MT4Professional is now, you don't have to have MT4 running in the background. It's able to scan in real time all of your strategies just like it does now. It's not limited to just Forex or CFDs, but it will include stocks and cryptocurrencies and futures and so forth. You can trade on any platform, any instrument, anytime the market is open, and you can receive real-time alerts of any setups that meet your unique criteria. So we're currently pursuing crowdfunding because we need funds in order to market this, in order to fully develop it, and we want you to come on board and share with us. So if you are a current subscriber with us, you can get on board and actually profit with us as we develop this tool and bring it to the market. So here's the current page for the funding. Right here, let me copy that for you, and I'll paste it into the chat box. So if you click on the link, there are some perks available if you choose to invest with us, like a lifetime license to using trading market scanners. You get MT4Professional Platinum if you so choose. We're currently testing the waters to see if there is a sufficient support to justify this venture and to push out. We are quote unquote testing the waters just to gauge investor interest until we file the paperwork and go through the regulation crowdfunding effort. So everything is above board and is filed through a third party. So we don't see any funds. There are no funds transferred, and actually no funds will be taken from you at all. We just are looking for interest. So you basically pledge on a certain amount. You say that you're definitely interested in that, and there's no obligation or commitment of any kind. We don't start actually getting our money until we file the form. So let's get back into a live demonstration right now then. I'll pull up my platform. I want to show you a little bit about the software. This is MT4 itself. And remember, please ask questions as we go along. I do best when I'm answering questions and when I get feedback from you guys, so just let me know. This is a live session, and I want to be able to give you and answer all of your questions as you give them to me. So this is standard MT4. It is not MT4Professional. All right, so I want to show you that the symbols on each of the windows have to be changed by dragging and dropping a symbol from the market watch. You can't simply just use it or click on the window to interact. You have to drag and drop them to every single window. If you want to do multiple time frame analysis, you have to physically look at each of the different time frames individually If you try to align any type of cursors at all, then you're not going to be able to see those at all. And if to see it, you have to look down at the bottom right here where you see the time and then correlate that with the price. Remember that or write it down and then go over to the other window and do the same thing at the same time and the same price location to see if this potential breakout actually is valid or not. And longer time frame kind of shows you that it's just in a short-term consolidation area, not really breakout worthy. So that's a little bit difficult to do on regular MT4. Also, when I go into a full screen mode, notice all the gray space down here outside of the windows. And if I were to hit my F11 key and go full screen, look at all that wasted screen. I have to physically resize my windows each time I go in, and then if I go back out and want to see my market watch and stuff, I have to resize it again. And what a pain if I have different sized windows. It's just not easy. I wish it were, but it just isn't. MT4Professional takes care of a lot of those types of issues, and I'll show you here. I have it set up as a profile. So if you look at the bottom center of your MT4 panel or MT5, you can see there's a profile panel that you can click on and see a list of all of your profiles. I have MT4Professional set up as a profile for you. So all you have to do is click it once and launch the profile for MT4Professional. And the first thing you'll see is a blank screen with a configuration startup. Now it's asking you to basically pick which configuration or which strategy that you want to start with today. You can have all kinds of different strategies, and that's when we have it set up like this, not to just arbitrarily just pick one. We're trying to save your time and the effort of doing that, because it could be a complex strategy. So pick the strategy that you're interested in doing and click the load button. Before we get going into that, the first thing as a new user that you will see are the presets. Notice I had to scroll down through all of my own custom settings, the ones I've created. But if you just get started, you're not going to have any of these because you have not created any. But what you will have are the presets. These are all the custom configurations that we have created for you. There's 14 different ones that you can use. So all you have to do is click on any one of these and or click the create your custom configuration first and then select any of these presets as the example that you want to use, and you'll be able to start editing and using it as an example, because it just takes a copy of it and creates it up here in your customs area. So that's what I did with the EMA and price. I went down here, I clicked the create your custom configuration, I clicked on the EMA and price, and it created a copy of that. And that's what I'm using right here. I used the name default as the key to show me how different it is from the other ones. So I'll go ahead and load that. And the first thing you'll see is 3 different charts that are set up at 3 different time frames. You'll see a crosshair that moves synchronously between all 3 windows, showing I'm multiple time frame, time and price alignment. At any point, if I see something I want to analyze, then I can click the mouse and it freezes the crosshairs, and I can look at and analyze the multiple time frames on those. And you notice that the windows are all different sizes as well. So watch what happens when I expand the window into a larger. Notice all the gray that was down there went away completely. So it automatically fills in all the space and gives me all the real estate, which to me is very important to use for my charting. If I want to zoom in and check the 5-minute a little bit more, then all I have to do is just double click on the tabs, zoom in on the setup to see a little bit better. When I'm done, just double click again to zoom back out. And if I want to change a symbol, if I start to see that the dollar Canadian is looking like a potential correction is starting on the longer term downtrend, I'll just click on the Canadian and automatically you'll see all 3 charts change to the dollar Canadian. And you can see that on the 5-minute that I have gone into a consolidation period, and this has started to go bullish, but the overall longer term is still very much bearish, but I'm starting to see a little bit of divergence coming in here. So this is a potential bottom, and we might be looking for a potential reversal to come back up from there. So that's a great setup that I want to be alerted to or aware of. I can see that the pound dollar has already reversed. Longer term, it is in a bear trend, but it's already started to reverse and go bullish because the second time frame has gone aligned with the first, but not quite with the third yet. And so that's the information that you can glean from this, and you can look at the different time frames to see that that's ready or not ready to go. In this particular case, while we're getting a potential bullish breakout, it's not quite ready because the other time frames are showing that we're still bottoming and we haven't quite shown a bullish push yet. All right, so let's look at the configuration. If I click the edit button on this configuration, I want to be able to see three things. One, I want to show you how to set up your symbol list. Two, I want to show you how to set up your charts using templates. And three, I want to show you how to set up the scanner with your specific rules and the strategy that you want to implement. So by clicking edit, it pulls up the configuration panel. If I click on the image on the left, it'll allow me to edit my scanner panel, which includes the symbol list and the scanner itself. The image on the right allows me to edit the chart layout. So if I click on the chart layout, then you can see I have three different boxes that are laid out. The size are corresponding to the size that I want my charts to be laid out. And you can see I have two information items. Time frame, which is simply a pull down menu that you can select any time frame you have at your disposal. And template, the name of the template that you want to use. This EMA and price template comes from the cloud. It's what we provide in the template preset. So if you like this preset, then all you have to do is right click on your chart and save that as a template and save it, give it that same name, EMA and price, like this one right here. And then it will be saved on your computer, and it will also be backed up and saved in the cloud. If you have a template that you already are using, then all you have to do is click the plus sign, locate the template that you are using, and select open. Once you do that, it'll appear on a pull down menu here, and you can select it for all of the other windows that are open. You only have to do it one time. You can add multiple charts. You can retile them all. You can make them larger or smaller. You can add 2 or 3 more, and by tiling them, you're resizing things. So this is in 3 rows, 2 columns. But if I wanted to have 2 rows, it moves it to 2 rows and 3 columns. So it gives you the flexibility to set things up just the way that you like it. And then once you have things ordered the way you like it, then you can set the time frames up to correspond to the way that you want them set up. I click the cancel button because I don't want to save any of my changes. Now if I click on the scanner panel on the left, you can see I have access to the symbol list and to the scanner panel itself. Quickly, the symbol list allows you to set up and build your symbols that you want to use. Now you can clear all the symbols that are there. You can go through and start picking and choosing by clicking, hold down the control key and select just the items that you're interested in. That's cash. Right, and then you click the right arrow and it automatically will load those symbols to the list on the right. And if you click OK, it will automatically save those symbols to the list. But if I have a symbol list from another preset that I've already built, I can click the Start from Another Configuration button, select the configuration that I've created that I want to use, say this one, and it will automatically pull in the symbols from that preset. So I don't have to recreate things. And if it has a few in there that I don't want, then all I have to do is just click the X key and it will automatically delete those symbols. Or I can just clear and start over again, okay? So all the symbols you have access to on the left are all of the symbols your broker provides you. So if there's a symbol you're looking for that's not on the list, you'll need to contact your broker to find out if you can have it added to your list. Last but not least, click the scanner panel again, and now on the symbol on the right-hand side allows us to edit our scanner. Now the scanner is the meat and potatoes of the platform because it allows you to put in the color rules needed to change the colors of the layout to be the color based upon your strategy. All right, so if you look, I have on my 5-minute, 15-minute, and 30-minute a color rule that's called main CR. CR just stands for color rule, main color rule. Notice that there's a pull down menu here that allows me to turn it on or turn it off. And there's a little edit button that allows me to change and update or edit the strategy. By clicking that edit button, you can see the actual guts, or basically the rules that we use for the strategy. For condition set 1, this is the first thing that's going to do, the program, when it comes in. It's going to look for price, comparing item A. It's going to compare it based upon the operator that you set, and it's going to compare it with comparing item B. So it's going to look at this compared to that based upon this operator. So close of price has to be greater than a 15-period exponential moving average. If this is the case, it will set the cell color to be green. Of course, you can set the cell color to be any color that you want, and you can save standard colors or use them any way that you have them set up, or you can pull in your very, very favorite color if you know the color codes for those. You get access to price as an indicator within the platform. So if you need to change that from close of price to open price, then you can edit the indicator here, or you can go through and add a new indicator by clicking the plus. So by clicking the plus, you choose an indicator or add a constant value. Choose the indicator, and first thing you'll see is all the standard indicators that you have access to on the platform. So by clicking this, you get the category. So in this case, we're looking for a trend category, an oscillator category, volume category, and so forth. Well, the close of price came from the price category, and the indicator that you use is going to be one of the price variables. Current price, the open, the high, the low, or the close. So you can use any of these values as a custom variable that you're going to use and compare to some other indicator or variable. Okay. If you don't want to use a standard indicator, like if you have a trend or maybe even an oscillator where you're looking for the MACD or RSI or something that you're used to using, you can use any of these indicators. But if you wrote your own custom indicator, or if you purchased a third-party indicator, then you'd probably want to use the pick from your computer because it wouldn't show up on this list here. And then this allows you to scan from your computer any of the custom indicators that are in your MT4Professional MQL4 library or your MQL5 library. Okay. So that allows you to pull in and use these. So I'm looking for the close of price greater than the 15 as a bullish set. If that's not true, then or it will look for condition set 2. It's looking to see if the price is less than the 15. Well, it's going to be one or the other, so the default color goes to yellow if neither one of these are true, but this will be one or the other, so you'll see all of my cells are going to be red or green. If I notice there's another plus sign here, this is the AND operation. This means that I can look for the close of price greater than the EMA, and I want to see that the relative strength, or maybe even the MACD. And I'm using a 12.26.9 standard based on close. This is the base indicator. Notice I have access to both the base and the signal. The base is the histogram. So I'll use that as 1. So I want to see if the base histogram, all right, is greater than, and I need to add another instance of the MACD because I will need to add the signal line. So go into the oscillator, go into the MACD again, but this time set the mode to a signal line. That way you can compare one with the other. So you're looking at the same indicator, but in this particular case, you're looking at the base indicator, and then you're comparing it to the signal line. So if that MACD is greater than the signal line, then that will give me a much more confident bullish setup. And the bearish setup then would be just the opposite. Click the plus, use the pull down menu. I'm pulling up the MACD base indicator, and I need to see that that is less than the signal line. And notice once I've loaded it in, it automatically populates to the pull down menu, and you don't have to re-enter it again. You can re-enter it again, it's just redundant. And you can do this as many times as you want to enter new information. And then once you click OK and save, then it will automatically add that to your color rule list. These are the conditions that would be met. Now, if this condition is not true, it will do this condition. If this condition is not true, and there is now a way where both can be not true, then it'll set the default color of the cell to yellow and evaluate it, set it based on that. So you can see bullish means, hey, I'm going long. Bearish means I'm going short. Yellow means I'm neutral. It's not quite ready to do either. It's consolidating, or it's just undecisive right now and still developing. Okay. I tried to make that as clear as possible. Once you have the main color rule set and established, then you can apply it to any time frame that you want. Right here, I have 3 different time frames. That means I will have 3 columns on my scanner. And as you saw earlier, I did a 5, 15, and 30. Right here, see the columns? Now, if I wanted to, I could get rid of one, say the 30, click OK, and my 30 column will now go away. Click Save, close the window, and reload. What this does is it saves the changes to the cloud and to your computer and reloads any changes that you have currently to your memory right now. See, now notice I still have the charts as a 5, 15, and 30, but my scanner now only has 2 columns because I'm only looking at the 5 and 15. I got rid of the 3rd one. To add it back in, all you have to do is just go in and edit the scanner, just like we did before, and click the big plus sign down here. Change the time frame to the 30-minute. Pull up the color roll. You don't have to recreate it, just turn it on, and your 30-minute is back. Click OK, save it, close the window, and make sure you load it, and then my 30-minute column is now back again. All right. So notice that while we were going through all of that, that the 30-minute time frame pound turned green, which was great setup. So what this was doing was this was showing that it was starting to show bullishness in the 5, then it went to the 15, all right, showing it closed bullish, and now the 30-minute closed bullish. But you can see that even though this is a nice 3 time frame alignment, we're seeing that it is consolidating. It is a consolidating time frame. It's hitting triple top in a place where we saw previous support, and so this looks like it would have to have a lot more strength than this to be able to break out. So you're not looking to take the trade at this point, but you would be looking to take the trade if it does confirm a break above this consolidation area or even a break below to continue back down to the lows that it went to previously. So that's the idea behind it. You get signaled and you get identified when this occurs, then you can do the analysis to determine whether to enter or to exit the trade or to even take the trade at all. All right, questions at all? That's a very simple setup and example. Want to make sure that you know that when we look at the trades and we edit them, first thing I want you to see is that in the bottom right-hand corner is a share icon. Now you're not going to be alone. You can share your configurations, what you put your hard work into developing with your trading partners or your buddies or to other people who might be using MT4Professional. So that way this traders network can be a valuable tool to get everybody up to speed at the same time. So that way, one person that knows the platform can help 5 or 6 people get up to speed as part of your team, and everyone's working at the same time. That's great. That's a great tool. So you can share these strategies with anybody else on the MT4 professional community. Also, since it's cloud-based, you can take MT4 Professional with you wherever you go. So I'm going to pull my browser up and show you exactly how that's done. So right now I've got MT4 Professional running here in the background, and I go to lunch and I take my cell phone with me and I go to the website on my cell phone. This is a Chrome browser, so any browser will work. You can have it on a tablet device, a laptop, or whatever it might be. Sign in to the MT4 Professional website. That will log you into the members area. From here, if you haven't already done so, this is where you download the software onto your PC, get it up and running and ready to go. We walk you through the full process and our onboarding steps, and we even give you a one-on-one time if you need help getting things set up and running. There's a solutions and knowledge base area where you can get started very quickly with our videos and the instructions on how to get through and to install or uninstall the software, how to go through and configure your specific strategy using these examples, and even how to change your subscription plans, your payment method, or to unsubscribe if you need to. It's all listed here. But going back to the members area, I want to pull your attention to the real-time scanner menu at the top of the screen. If you click on that, then you'll see select a MT4 account. If you have MT4 running on an MT4 account like I do here, then it will show up in the members area here. So you simply click on that and pull it up, and it will pull the exact representation of the scanner and symbol list for you on the screen. So you can see which ones are set up and which ones aren't. Now I see that Bitcoin has just started to show some signs of correction. So I want to see a picture of that. So what I'm going to do is click on this link on my mobile device and notice that it goes to my computer, changes the symbol to Bitcoin, and creates a snapshot and sends it to me on my mobile device, giving me a really great picture of why it's starting to signal that this correction is in place. And you can see that the 5-minute definitely is starting to charge forward and break out of a consolidation area. The 15-minute is starting to break from the consolidation, but not quite enough to give me a 15-minute break. And on the hourly or 30-minute chart, you can see the same thing. I've simply just come right back up into support. If I can break through this support, then I look like I might actually have a really good potential breakout coming on here. So that's the nice thing about it. You can see and analyze the trade right here, and you're not even at your desk. So if you do see a potential trade that you want to take, you can simply take the trade using your mobile device, your tablet, or wherever and enter the trade directly with your broker, and you don't have to miss a beat just because you're away from the office. MT4 Professional gives you all that capability. Also notice that you have a directory called snapshots that allows you to go through and manage all the snapshots that you've taken. So you can delete them, arrange them, tag them and group them up into smart tabs that you like. And then it also creates the ability to share. So you can mark them as private or public. And if they're marked as public, then we give you a link to share on all of your favorite social outlets to provide um, information for others to be able to view your specific trades. And if you are alerted, then the alert icon here on your mobile device will fire off, and you'll be able to see all the alerts that come onto your device. So you can see them there. You can also receive SMS messages directly from the system to help you to see that the trades have been aligned. So let me go back to my presentation then, because I think it's about time to make you guys a really great offer since you've stuck with me through this time. You haven't asked any questions at all, which tells me that one, I'm doing a really great job presenting the information to you in a clear way, or number two, it's so advanced, it's just over your head and you don't even have a clue on what's going on. Well, I don't know because I haven't heard from you, but I'm going to assume that I'm doing a really good job. So let's go back and make this special offer real quick. So MT4Professional as a full featured platform. So we give you MT4 on MT4 platform and MT4Professional on the MT5 platform. Either one or both. You can use either one that you want. You get exclusive access to our Skype community, which is all of the MT4Professional users chatting away 24/7 in the SCAT chat room. Skype chat room. You get unlimited configuration storage, Telegram messages, emails, push notifications on the cloud, plus up to 100 SMS notifications per month. If you exceed the SMS notification limit, then a small fee, you can reinstate that and keep it going for the rest of the month. Each month it renews at 100 per month. There are dozens of pre-configured presets available to you right when you get started on either of the platforms, so you get full access to all of those right away. We've set the price for this to be $194 a month. We downgraded that 50% to $97, but best part is that since this is coming into holiday in the United States, the 4th of July weekend, and we've discounted that even more. We've given you a $23 per month discount, which is an additional 70% off of the 50% off. This is the unheard of price of the year setup. So we're looking for the code for July 2023. It will change the $97 per month to not a one-time, not a limited time, but a lifetime $23 per month subscription. So you can get MT4Professional for MT4 or MT5 and the full software features, 14 days for free. Then you can lock in $23 per month using this code for the life of the subscription. So if you cancel the subscription, yeah, the discount will go away. But if you lock it in, then this will be locked in for as long as you use it. 14 days, you can use it absolutely free. You can cancel at any time and still be able to use the full 14 days. Use the code for July 2023 and the code mt4professional.com/trial. Let me copy this link and put it into the box for you. mt4professional.com/trial. Type in for July 2023. All right, and that way you'll be able to get up and running on MT4Professional right away, even as well as this afternoon. And if you have a strategy or use even one of our presets, then you can develop your own trading plan within an hour, and you'll be up and running in no time. So let us know if we can be of any assistance to get you going and to help you get your own custom configurations set up. Yes, today's presentation is being recorded and will be available to you about an hour or two following the close of the presentation once we compile it and get it sent out to you. If you registered for today's webinar or if you're here, then it will be sent to your email as today's presentation. So let me get back to my platform. Let me minimize that so you can still see the link. The link and the code is there, so if you need to type that in and use it, then simply do that. Want to do that. But I want to answer any of the other questions you might have. Kevin gave me a question about it being recorded, but yes, it is recorded. So you can go back over it again if you need to and look at that. Let's look at a little bit more complex example. This is a simplistic one, but let's look at something that has a little bit more meat to it. Like 3 different indicators all at the same time. So where's my MACD at? I know it's down here somewhere. There it is. I'll load that up. And so notice that this is a longer time frame strategy, and I'm looking for a 4-hour, a daily, and a weekly chart setup. Okay. And I'm also looking for, during those 3 time frames, I'm looking for 3 different strategies. I'm looking for the example I had given earlier, where I'm looking for price interaction with a moving average. I'm looking for a MACD cross, either bullish or bearish. And I'm looking for the slope of my relative strength to be positive for bullish or negative for a bearish signal. All of those have to occur at the same time. That means that this has to cross long, this has to be long, and this has to be sloping up in order for me to get a bullish signal. And then I look to see if the longer time frames validate that using the setup charts. So let's look to see how I've got this configured. Click the strategy, the edit button, scanner panel, and then the scanner itself. So you can see that I have 4-hour column, the daily column, and then down here is my weekly column. If I need to add additional columns, then just simply click the plus sign and it'll add an additional column to the spreadsheet based on that. And then you just simply enter the time frame, enable the color rule, and you're up and running. So the strategies I have here, I have 2 different strategies. The first strategy is the strong signal strategy. So let's edit that and see what that is. This strong signal is looking specifically at the MACD cross. Remember, I showed you how I set it up using both the baseline and the signal line. So I'm looking to see that the indicator, the histogram, is less than the signal line. And I need to see that price has closed below the 15-period exponential, and I need to see that the relative strength is falling, which means the historical price has to be greater than the current price. The historical price is set by shifting the closing price of the relative strength. So if you edit the relative strength, you can see the indicator shift has a value of 2, which means I'm looking back in history at 2 price bars ago to see what the previous price was, and I'm comparing it to the current price, current relative strength. And if the previous value is greater than the current, then I know that it is going down. So that's a valid indication of that. Vice versa, that one, if none of these or any one of these are not true, it will evaluate this condition set and to see if it is bullish. If neither one of these are true, then it will default to the yellow color, saying that there is a consolidation, it's congested, or the trade just isn't quite yet ready. And that's what the yellow color means. Okay, Kevin, I'm working, so I've not been able to pay attention as I should. I understand that. I definitely understand that. How do you get to that screen? Okay, so let me close this all back out and show you. If you want to get to the edit screen, then you simply go over to the Select Configuration button right here. From the configuration, you pick the configuration, and by default it goes to the currently displayed one. And then hit the Edit button, and that allows you to change the parameters of this configuration. Here you can change the chart layout. Over here you can change the symbol list or the scanner. And then if you click on the scanner itself, then you come up to the scanner configuration panel. And then use the pull down menu to edit the actual rules that you're going to be using for the scanner. Very simple and straightforward once you get the hang of it. And everything is pull down menu driven, and it couldn't be simpler or easier to use. There's a very small learning curve associated with it, but once you get used to it, then once you've gotten used to it, you just can't go back to regular MT4. It's just very difficult to do. Well, because you don't want to, because it's got so many nice features. That's why. If you want this particular scanner, then I can send that to you. Right here, here's the share panel. So if any of you are currently MT4 Professional users right now, I can send this setup for you the way I've got it right now to you in your inbox here on MT4 Professional. So if you were to go down here on the configuration panel, then you can see down the very bottom there's an inbox that's here. And if I sent that to you, then I can send you, you'll receive it here in the inbox, and all you have to do is create a custom configuration, select the one that I sent you, save it as a new file, and then it will allow you to edit it as a creation of your own. So let me know if you want a copy of that, and I'll be glad to send it to you. I can even do it right now if you want. Yeah, the MACD is just set up as normal settings. 12.26.9 setup is a normal MACD settings, but you can change those settings to be anything that you like. If you need more information about the setup of the systems, then you can always visit our website at MT4Professional.com. There's a lot of information that's on the website, or you can always contact us. So let me pull my screen back again. You can always contact us at support@mt4professional.com, and we'll be more than glad to get back to you with any specific questions that you might have or any additional information that you want to see on the system. All right, so let me copy that and share that with you. Support@mt4professional.com. So Karen would like a copy of that. So I don't need your email. I'll just simply put this configuration panel up. I'll click edit, and I'll go to the share icon, and I'll type in the first 3 letters of your last name. Let me see here. Don't seem to come up there. So let me see if I do in your email address. Let's see, are you currently an MT4 Professional user, Karen? Because if you're not, then I won't be able to send it to you. I don't seem to see you either with your first, last, or email address. So I don't see you in the system. Okay, Kevin, I'll send that to you then. Let me see if I can find you. There you are. All right, click the share button. Do I want to share it? Yes, I do. All right, it has been shared with you. So now all you have to do is go into the configuration manager by clicking the select configuration button, scroll down to the inbox, and you'll see a box here that says My MACD, and it's from me, so it'll be from Randy Lindsay. Yeah, Kevin, I got you. It was Karen that I had a problem with. I know I've spoken with you before, Karen. I know, uh, but for some reason I don't see you in the system under your first, last name or your email address. So maybe you're set up differently. I'm not sure why. Let me try it one more time. Type in the whole. No, I don't see it. No, it's not there. I'm sorry, Karen. Um, let's see if we can't do that. Carmen, you want a copy of that? Okay. Oh, there you are. You got it. See how easy that was? Now you have a copy of it as well. So you don't have to recreate anything. All you have to do is click the select a configuration button, scroll down to the inbox, verify that it's there, click the create your custom configuration button, then scroll down to the inbox and select the the file that I just sent you and create a copy of it. And then it will show up here in your creations and it will allow you to edit it and change it, update it, add to it. Now I've done most of the hard work for you. All you have to do is just add a few things to it to pretty it up and change it, make it yours. So Carmen and Kevin, you guys have it. And yeah, I know Karen, you are currently using it, but for some reason I don't see you on our system. So contact us, send us an email at support@mt4professional.com, and um, I'll have our guys look into it and find out why you're not on the network. I'll get Claudio on that and make sure that you get set up on that. Karen also wanted to know, is the discount available to anyone I share the link with outside of this call? Absolutely, Karen. If they go to our website and click on the link and they use the code, a discount is available for them as well. Make sure though, Karen, we do have an affiliate program. So if you go to the MT4 members area, okay, there is a referral program that we have. So if you do refer someone to us and they make sure that you use this link here. It's a unique URL to you. Yes, that's me. It's from me, Kevin. So Karen, yeah, make sure you use this link, copy it, and paste it on when you send it to them. When they click on this link, it'll take them to our website. And then when they go to subscribe, okay, right here, then it'll show that it came from you. And if they subscribe, then you will receive referral credit and we'll pay you for it. So don't miss out on that. You're welcome, Kevin. Carmen, you're very welcome. And Karen, we'll get you set up. Yeah. Yeah, no, we tried to connect last week, but I guess for some reason you didn't show up. So we missed the session there, but that's okay. You can always try again. You have to create your custom configuration, Kevin. The special is valid until the 4th of July is complete. So until the 5th of July. So the special is good until then. Having to uninstall and reinstall the software should not affect whether you would have access to the members area. If you have MT4Professional running, then you have access to the members area. So you shouldn't have a problem with the traders link or the share function. You should still be able to use, and I should be able to see you on the network. So something's going on. All right. Well, remember, if you click on the link, mt4professional.com/trial, enter the code for July 2023. That'll knock the $97 per month, 50% off price down to $23 a month. And that's a lifetime subscription rate, but it's only good until the 4th of July is over. We have a little bit of time here to enter that in. So make sure you use for July 2023 in the code, then you'll get the $23 locked into your account as a subscription discount. You also, if you're a new user, you get access to 14 days absolutely free. And then on the 15th day, that's when the actual charge or subscription hits your credit card. So thank you very much for your time and attention. I appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your week. And if you contact us, support@mt4professional.com, we will get back to you. We guarantee a 24-hour response with any solutions or faster, and we usually get back to you within 1 to 2 hours of receiving your input. So let us know, and we'll be glad to help you out. We've been around for over 7 years, and we don't plan on going anywhere, and we're going to stay here to support you if you need it. Thank you for your time and attention. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you here again in about 2 weeks. Bye for now.